14 tiếng thì ngày mai vào 4 tiếng đi. Hôm nay là 3 tiếng, ngày mai 4 tiếng là 7 tiếng nè.
Dạ,
Làm như
em
cô Hằng
cũng
á.
vô Zoom. Nếu mà hôm nay thuận tiện thì em sẽ đọc tới cùng với mọi người, và ngày mai em cũng sẽ vào Zoom để đọc tiếp cùng chung với mọi người luôn. Rồi qua tuần thì em sẽ vô vào ca tối. Chắc cũng được.
Làm ca sáng đi Duyên. Duyên vô ca sáng đi. Ca
Dạ.
sáng đi làm sớm hả?
Dạ, em làm từ thứ hai tới thứ bảy. Dạ. Nên là chỉ
Mà
có tối thứ bảy nằm ngày chủ nhật. Rồi những cái tuần sau thì sẽ là tối của từ thứ hai tới thứ bảy. Xong rồi chủ nhật tuần sau là chắc kịp á.
ok.
Dạ.
Còn nếu mà buổi sáng sớm á, Duyên vào buổi sáng sớm được, giống như thầy Nho á. Thầy Nho vào buổi sáng sớm á. Dạ. Nếu mà Duyên đi làm hả? Duyên phải đi làm
Dạ.
đúng không?
Dạ. Nên là nên là hôm nay em không có vô buổi sáng.
Ok, Oanh đã like rồi đấy ạ. Dạ, biết ơn cả nhà.
Yeah, biết ơn cô Oanh. Welcome back everyone to Ewit Speed Racing. Tonight we're doing lesson 1, the formula of the source of life. The speed is 12 and the word font size 30. Everyone repeat after me. I'm on track, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3.
I'm on track, I'm ready. I'm on track, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Go.
Thank you. Lesson 1, the formula.
Lesson 1, the formula of the source of life. Currently, our society being broken by three perspectives. The first perspective is the scientific perspective. The second is the religious and belief perspective. The third is perspective of reality of principles. Regardless of where we live in the world, we are currently being influenced by these perspectives. One of the laws influences us plays law of cause and effect, and the law of causal conditions, interactions. We imagine our current life is our current resultingly the outcome of the disease we saw in the past. There is a formula of the formula of the source of life. What is this formula? Let's find out. The formula of desired outcome. The most favorable desired outcome. Therefore, if we want to create a desired future, shouldn't we focus on creating a good cause right in the present moment? This knowledge will reason, religion, and belief, and morality of principles only to one statement. We need to understand the good cause. Through these three perspectives to be considered to have throughout understanding of a cause. When standing under the scientific perspective, why do I have research today? Standing under the religious and belief perspective, do I have this research today? If standing under the perspective of morality principles, why do I have this research today? First, let us thoroughly understand the cause from the scientific perspective to discuss the source of life. Religion, relative principles, sciences, the formula of the source of life. Take a piece of paper and write down the word possessed with a water variation. Then draw an outline to read the result. We have to choose one word that directly represents the concept of life today as a face. We chose perspective of message. We chose perfectly as the message of our lives. What was we like it's true that the chain of choices we make in the past determines the result of our lives today. When we reflect, we often bring ourselves to right to choose the good things in life. However, when it comes to unpleasant things, the tendency of our inner self is to attribute the choice to others. If we contemplate even the desirable and undesirable situation in life, only to our
well.
own choices,
better,
we
we
will
understand
understand that the source of life
Wait,
originates from ourselves. Therefore, the source of life originates from me. But it is not my fault. Wait, why is not my fault? Is it because we did know any better? If our awareness had been better, we would not have that choice. At that time, our awareness was only at that level, which led to that choice. Therefore, the choice we made at that exact moment was correct. This leads to a famous saying: if you want to change circumstances, change your personality. This explains that a person repeatedly alters the same circumstances due to their own personality. However, we do not know what kind of personality is suitable for what outcome. So if we focus on changing personality, is it not yet the root cause? This is because no specific personality trait states that a person's life will be good. Researchers study where three people found that one person accomplished in one way and another in a different way. They had different personalities. Therefore, any personality can potentially lead to wealth, but any personality can also lead to poverty. Ultimately, people realized that even if they change their personality, they wouldn't know which one will appropriate. As focusing on changing personality is not a root cause, and the research will still repeat. But if you don't change your personality, you don't change the research. Yet focusing on changing personality doesn't work because it's in the root cause. The deepest informed us that a person happens create their personality. After this realization, they started asking us to focus on changing habits. Good habits will lead to good personality, resulting in good choices. After some time, people discovered that changing habits changes their personality and changing personality changes their results. However, they realized that habits are also not the root cause. They investigated this further and found that action determines their habits. So they say that just good action will lead to good habits. Good habits lead to good personality, and a good personality will lead to good destiny or good life results. Following this, we try to manage people's action, but they discovered that action will still repeat their own pattern, and changing personality actually is very difficult. They succeed in changing the action and focusing on changing action did not last. Eventually, express provide us with the anxiety inside that a person thoughts determine their action. They told us that good thoughts will create good action will result in good habits will lead to good personality, which and leads to the final result choices. The saying goes, so thought driven action, so action driven habit, so habit driven personality, so personality driven destiny. The entire world focus on how people could cultivate good mindset and good thoughts. However, through deeper research attempts, people discovered that even when they try to control their thoughts, negative thoughts still repeatedly emerge in their lives. These thoughts were always racing in the mind. They began to investigate what determines person's thoughts. If focusing on thoughts, the person continues to repeat negative traits in life. The question is raised, what shapes the person's thoughts? High-level mental experience corresponds to us that it is their belief that shape their thoughts. Three beliefs. Essentially, humans always more believe about something. This belief can be counter to their desire or in line with their desire. This is also known as a positive and negative belief. For example, when someone says, I keep trying to lose weight, but I can't lose any. I'm so discouraged. I keep trying, but it doesn't work. Normally, our thinking says that they like to believe in their ability to lose weight. However, the deeper truth is that the person holds the belief that they are very fit and well, will never be able to become thin. Whatever belief is person holds, their life success could form accordingly. This is because the belief directly affects their choices, and whatever belief entails, that result manifests. If we hold the belief that we cannot lose weight, the result is that we cannot do that. Human belief does not have the 99% belief is 100% conviction that you hold your belief. The difference lies only in the direction of that belief, whether it's aligned with and goes against the desire. If you must know this knowledge, it would be wonderful. So if someone believes, I am not beautiful, I that
what I
inner
do,
belief
I'm
is
not
that
beautiful.
they are
The
ugly
result is
person
that the
getting a
result,
no chance,
the patient believes they
which
are ugly, so
sometimes results
nothing
in
they
them
do must
damaging
be
their
beautiful.
nose.
Therefore, someone
Conversely, a
beautiful
person who
can
already
and go
believes
for
they're
a no job,
beautiful
but
would look
their
at a
inner belief is that
prostitute
they
as
are
like
only
even more
person getting a
beautiful.
no job,
People who hold the
which
belief
cause
that they are
sometimes
happy
result
become
in them
happier when they get married. Conversely,
damaging
if we
their
hold a belief
nose.
that we are
Conversely, a
miserable,
person who
then
really
whoever we
believes they
marry
are
will end up
beautiful,
miserable.
when they
Will
get
remain miserable.
seduced,
There was a
it
story
makes
about a
them
woman
even more
whose
beautiful.
husband
People
was launching.
who
He
believe
was a
that they
famous
are happy become
self-development
happier
trainer.
when
Later,
they get
instead
married.
of
Conversely,
interviewing
if
him,
we
play a
believe
touch
that we
straightening
are
him to his wife,
miserable,
asking,
then
"Your
whoever
husband is
we
very
marry, we
famous
will be
self-development
miserable."
trainer, and he has
There was a
helped
story
many
about
people
a woman
change their
who
lives
finished
and
my
become
was
happy."
launching a book.
But honestly,
He was
has
a
he brought
famous
happiness to you?
self-development
The
trainer,
woman answered
and about to
immediately,
proceed
no.
the interview, he
All her
later
house was
tried to
around,
trick
wondering
to
why she
turn
said
to
that.
his wife.
And
If
David
your husband
led
is
me to
very
her
famous
sponsored
self-development trainer, and
suggestion.
he has helped
Another
many
reporter
people
pressed
change
her,
their lives
asking,
and
"So, has
become
your
happy.
husband
But
brought you
honestly,
a happy
has he brought
life
happiness to
result?"
you?
And she
The
said
woman
no.
answered
Then
immediately.
another person
Everyone
stiffly
around
asked me
was alarmed
an
when
open-ended
why she
question.
said that.
The
And
woman's
what it
wife
was would
replied,
damage her
"Can a man bring
husband's
happiness to
reputation?
a woman?
Another
A
reporter
woman must
pressed
have
on, asking,
happiness
so
on
has
her
your
own.
husband
And
truly
only then can a
brought
man bring
you
her
a
more
happy
happiness.
life
There
without
isn't
rushing
more
to
happiness.
handle?
I must
Then
be a
another
happy
question,
person. And
carefully
he
as
chose
a
the one
more
who
open
brings me
ended
more
question.
happiness.
The woman's
Certainly,
mind
we
will
like to
like,
believe that
how can a
others
man
love
bring
us.
happiness to a
We don't
woman?
believe
A
our
woman must
husband
have
or
happiness
children love us.
on her
So we
own.
strive and
Only
demand their
then
love.
can
And
a
what
man
is the
bring her
result, the
more
outcome? When
happiness.
people do not love
He
us
hasn't brought me
because
happiness. I
internally
must be a happy
we
person,
lifted that
and he
belief.
is just
So
the
we don't
one
want to
who
see the
brings me
result
more happiness.
externally.
Internally, we lack to
Therefore,
believe
we really
that
need to
all
change our
others love us.
self-belief
We don't
system to
believe our
change the
husband
result.
or
That is a concept we
children
need to
love
grasp.
us,
The inner
so we
belief
strive and
versus the
demand their love.
conscious
And what is
desiring.
the
For
resulting
example, when a
outcome?
woman or a
People
man
do not
gets
love us
married, they
because
expect the
internally we
marriage
lack
to
to
be
believe,
harmonious and
so we
happy.
don't see
Already,
the
a big
result
task of
externally.
divorce in the
Therefore,
belief
we
does
only
not
need to
include a
change our own
harmonious and
internal
happy
belief
marriage.
system to change
So
the
the
result.
conscious
Here's a
desire
concept
is
we need to
from
grasp: the inner belief
harmonious and
in
happy
no
marriage.
no
But if
belief
the inner
versus
belief
the
contradicts
conscious
the
desire.
wife's
For example,
desire
when
on
a
the other
woman
side,
and a man
instead, the
get
inner
married, they
belief
expect
always
the marriage to be
triumphs over the
harmonious and
conscious
happy.
desire.
However, deep
If the
down,
inner
one
belief and
whole
the
inner
conscious
belief does not
desire are
all
unified,
happiness
life
and happy
becomes
marriage.
wonderful.
So
The
the
conscious
conscious desire
desire
is
lives
for
within for
humanness
good
and happy
things, for
marriage.
example, a
But if
happy
the inner
marriage,
belief
successful
contradicts
work, and
this
good
desire,
relationship with
the
people.
result is that the
Almost
inner belief
everyone
will
wishes
only
for
stream
positive
over the
outcome.
conscious
If the
desire. If the
conscious
inner
desire is
belief and the
unified with the
conscious
inner
desire
belief,
are one
human
and
life is
unified,
wonderful.
life becomes
Humans
wonderful.
forget
The
his
conscious
strength
desire
between thoughts
usually
and belief.
aims for
This is a
something
crucial
personal. A
gateway of
happy
the brain
marriage
mindset and the
possesses
person's
and good
inner
relationship with people
subconscious, which
almost
often
everyone wish for
conflict
positive
with
outcomes.
each other.
If the
Ultimately,
conscious
the inner
desire is
self
unified
wins.
with the
Human
inner
try to
belief,
use the conscious
humor
mindset
is
to change
wonderful.
the inner
Human
self,
treasure
and
good
science
that is
offers
found
favorable
between false
approach.
belief.
If
This is
science were
physical
entirely favorite
way
the lives
our
of
brain
people
mindset
who
and first
follow
inner
science would be
subconscious,
all
which
be
often
wonderful.
conflict with each
However,
other.
a
Ultimately, the
scientific
inner self
perspective
wins.
shows us
Human
that
try to use
our
the
inner
conscious
beliefs
mindset
are
to
what
change it.
determine
The inner
ourselves.
self and science
Therefore, we must
often
change the
favor
belief
this approach.
system to
If
change the
science
self.
were
Only
entirely
thinking
correct, the
about it
beliefs of
externally will
people
not
who
change the
will
circumstance.
follow science
However,
would
belief
be
is also not the
wonderful.
whole cause.
However, the
Rejecting the
scientific
belief
perspective shows us that
doesn't
our
suffice.
inner
We
beliefs
don't know
are
why
what
to trust
determine
a
our
certain
result.
person. So we
Therefore, we
raise the
must
next
change the belief
question.
system
What
to change
determines a
result. We
person's
late
belief?
thinking about
That is a
external.
person's mental
Externally will
image.
not change the
Or
result.
the seeds
However,
of that
belief is
mental
also the
image
root cause. So changing
determines the
belief
belief.
doesn't
The
suffice.
seeds of
We don't
mental
know why
images
we
in our
trust a
mind
certain
determine our
person.
beliefs,
So we
which
raise the next
determine the
question: what
results of
determines
our
a
life.
person's belief? That's a
Mental
person's
image.
mental
Let's
image. The
coordinate
seed
our
of mental
small
image
exercise.
that
Two
determines the belief.
people
You see, the
closest to
mental
us. Two
images in
people
our
with
mind
feelings
determines
familiar with, then we will think right then and vertically on both sides, and extend it to the 5 goals and invoke
Just to people
and
closer
mentally
to
match
us,
the
to people who
of our feelings and
feel more
emotions
similar
about the
with
person.
in rhythm
You can
thinking,
stop and do the
radio
exercise
names,
here and then
particularly
continue
on
with the
both sides.
cause behind
Then
the seed of the
instantly
mental
choose
image
5
in our
words
head,
that
which
evoke the mental
portrays
image
the
of our
result of
feeling
our
and
lives
emotion of our
externally.
person.
We
You
see
can
our
stop and do
father as
exercise here
handsome,
and then
funny, or
continue reading,
gentle, but
because we
sometimes
have
other people
the
might just see
mental
his
image in our
gentleness,
head.
they might
It's
only
just
see
the
him as
result of
strict.
our life
Yes,
externally.
we see
We
him
see our
as
father
gentle.
as handsome,
But in
funny,
our
or
eyes,
gentle. But
even when he's
sometimes other
strict, we
people
might
might
perceive
not
him
see
as
his
diligent.
gentleness.
Why?
Yeah,
Because
they
he may
might
be
even see
tired,
him as
which
strict,
is
yet
why
we
he's
see him
sleeping.
as
But
gentle.
if he
In our life,
but if
even
the
if
seed
we
of mental images
we
behold
might
our father
perceive
as
that he
him
but
as
even when he is
negligent, right?
working, we might say, look at his lazy attitude.
Which is
The
why
signs of
he
our
is
external
unloving.
life
But
are
if the
protected
mental
from
images
disease of
we
mental
hold up the
images
alpha,
in our
further
mind.
is laziness,
The story
and
of
then
Ben.
when we
So
working,
borrow
you
this story
might say, look at that lazy
from Geshe
attitude, the
Michael
result
first.
our external
Imagine
life
we
are
are holding
protected
an
from
object
disease
with
of mental
prominent
images
views,
in our
perhaps
mind.
a pen or writing
That's
tool.
a story of
Now
pen.
consider
Let's
another
parallel this
creature, a
story
very
from
intelligent
gentle
animal
main
living in
culture.
our house, a
Imagery
puppy.
we are
What
learning
is
that
it? We call it a
object
pen
will
of writing
frequently
instrument
use
because it
perhaps
is
a
such a
pen or
bright.
writing
But
tool.
when the
Now
puppy
consider another
encounters this object
related
and
to
chews on
a
it, the
very
puppy's
intelligent
action
animal
of
living in
chewing
our house,
makes
a
us
puppy.
think. The
When
puppy
we see it,
perceives
we call it a
this
pen and
object
writing
as a pawn
instrument
or a
because
toy,
we use
which
it
is
to
and
write.
it chews.
But
If the
when the
puppy
puppy
perceives
encounter this
this as
object,
a pen,
it chews
it
on
would
it.
use it to
The puppy
write.
action of
This means we
chewing
see
make
this object and
us
call it a pen
think
because
puppy
we
as a person, this
visualize
object as
using
a pawn
we
or toy,
visualize
which is
using it
why
to
it
write.
chews.
What about
If
the
the puppy
puppy?
perceives
It
this
proceeds
as a
to
pen,
gnaw and
it
chew
would
on it.
use
It
it to
perceives
write.
it
This
as
means
a
we see
toy
this
or a
object and
pawn.
call
Who
it a
is
pen
right? In our
because we
opinion, the
visualize
puppy
using it
perceives
to
this
write.
as a
What
pawn
about
or
a
a
puppy?
toy,
It
and we
possesses to know
perceive
and
this
enjoy
as a pen or
it
writing
was this a
instrument.
toy
Both are
upon who is
correct.
right in
Now
our
let's put that
opinion.
object in the
The
room.
puppy
No
received
one is
this
here,
as
neither
upon our
us,
toy and we
neither
perceive
us
it
or
as a
not the
pen or
puppy.
writing
No
instrument
one is
of
here. What is
correct.
this
Now
object?
let's
It
put
is
that object
nothing
in the
at all.
room. No one is
It's
there,
not that
neither
it
us
doesn't
or
exist, but
the
because
puppy.
there is no
Everyone
subject
is
perceiving
here.
it,
What
no
is it?
subject
Is it
cognizing it, no
nothing at all?
subject feeling it.
It's not
At that
this
moment, it's
doesn't exist,
nothing.
but because
Being
there is
nothing
no
doesn't
subject
mean
perceiving it,
doesn't
no
exist.
subject
All things
cognizing
has the
it, no
nature of
subject feeling it,
emptiness.
and that
All
moment
things
is
has the
nothing.
nature of
Being
emptiness,
nothing does not mean
potentiality.
it
It is
isn't.
nothing when there
Everything
is no
have the
subject
nature of
perceiving it.
emptiness.
So what it is
Everything have the nature
created
of
by the
emptiness,
subject that
potentiality.
recognizes it, and
It
the
is
subject that
nothing when there
perceives
is
it.
no subject perceiving it.
Now, we
So what
stay
is
in
it?
and we look
It's
at that object.
created by
At
the
that
subject
moment,
that's
it is a pen.
recognized,
But if a dog steps in, it
it,
will
and the
perceive it as
subject
a
that's
toy
perceived
or
it.
a pawn.
Now
When
we step
we
in
step
and
in
we
the
look at
same
the
hand,
object.
for us
At
this
that
is a
moment,
pen,
it
for
is
the
pen.
puppy it is
But
a
if the
pawn.
dog stands us, it will
So a
perceive it's a
specific
toy or
question
pawn. If we
arises,
are
what
and
determines the
puppy step
nature
in
of
the
that
same
object?
time,
Is
first
it
is a pen
determined
and
by
for
the
puppy is a
exact
pawn.
nature of
So a
emptiness,
specific
or is
question
it
arises.
for
What
bringing
determines the
us to
nature
the
of the
outside?
backward object?
We find that
Is
the
it
nature
determined
of
by
this
external
object
and
is
natural
determined
affecting us?
by
Or is
what
it
that what
reflected
is
from
within
within us
us,
through
by
the
the seeds of
outside?
mental images in
We
our
find
mind.
that the nature of this object
That's
is
what
determined
this
by what
object is.
is
The
within
seeds
us.
of mental images in our
By
mind
the sixth
project
mental
outward to
images in our
manifest
mind
that
that tells
reality.
that
Earlier we
what this
said our
object
father
is.
is a
The sixth of
gentle
mental
person.
images in our
Sexually,
mind
the
project
father is
outward
neither gentle
to
nor angry.
manifest that
But because he
reality
has that
area.
mental
We said
image
our father
inside,
is
he
gentle
pushes
person.
outward.
Essentially, the
Our
father
father
is
being
neither
gentle,
gentle or
diligent, or
anyone,
complaining is
but
very
because
turn
we
off
have that
compassion
mental
with him.
images inside, it's
Of
released
us, it is
outward.
because we
Our
hold
father
the seeds
being
of
gentle,
mental
diligent, or
images about
complaining
our
is based
father
on our
that we perceive
cognition.
in that way. The
Cognition
mental
is
images within
because
a
we hold
person
those seeds
determines
of
the
mental
result and
images
reflects the
about our
external
father
reality. Therefore,
that
the
both
world that
receive him
perceives is
outweigh. The
based on
mental
the mental
images within a
images
person
in whole.
determine the
So
result
if we
and
want to
affect their
change the
internal
external
life
world, or in
reality.
other words, if
Therefore,
we
the
change to
word
change
God
our
receive is based
destiny
on the mental
according to the
images in home.
scientific
So if we
perspective,
want to
changing the
change the
mental image
external world,
changes destiny.
or in
Changing the
other words,
mental image
if we
changes
want to change
destiny.
our
Changing the
destiny
mental
according
image
to
changes
scientific
destiny.
perspective,
The
changing the
tendency
mental
of our
images in the
inner
destiny. Changing the mental images changes
psychological
destiny.
or inner
Changing the
psychological
mental
life
image
is very
changes destiny.
interesting.
The
The longer people
tendency
live
of our inner
together, if
psychological life is
live
very
together,
interesting.
if a
The longer
person does
people
not
live
nurture
together,
and
if a
love the
person does
positive
not
mental
nurture and
images,
neglect the
then all
positive
other
mental
health forms,
images
the
they hold
negative
about
images
their
will
loved us, loved
manifest.
ones,
This is a
the negative
miraculous
images will
phenomenon of the
manifest.
principle of
This
light
is a
and darkness. The principle of
miraculous
light stated
phenomenon
that
of
we
the
closer
principle of
we
light and
live to
darkness.
someone,
The
if we
principle of
don't
light
enlarge
states
the
that
positive
the
images
closer
we
we
have
live
of
to
them, by
someone, if
default,
we don't enlarge the
unpleasant
positive
images will
images we
emerge
have
in
outright.
By default, the
That
implantation
is when we
images
first meet
will
someone
emerge
who generally
online.
hold positive and
That
mental
is
images of
why
each other.
we must
But the
meet
longer to
someone with
but the
generally
longer
hold
we live
positive mental
together,
images of each
we
other.
fall to
But
less
the
of
longer
positive
we live
images
together, we will
of
fail
the other
to
person.
elect the
Pleasant
positive images of
images
the
will manifest.
other person. The
Thus,
unpleasant image will manifest. Thus,
undesirable
undesirable
reality
realities often occur in social relationships, leading to thoughts like my neighbor's wife is
my
better,
neighbor's
or
child
my
is
neighbor's
better than
child
mine.
is better than
Someone
mine.
else's husband
Someone
is
else's
better.
husband
My
is
husband
better.
is not good.
My
Other
husband is not
people's
good.
wives
Other
are
people's
beautiful.
wives
Other
are
people's
beautiful.
wives
Other
are
people's
good. Why
wives
beautiful?
are good.
Because
Why?
we only
Because
met
we
the
only
neighbor's
meet the
husband of
neighbor's
my
husband like greatly, and we see the beautiful image. But our husbands not like around them the time, and because we don't know how to let the positive image we see in the poor image. We only need to change the image towards the direction we desire to orient our image toward what we want. If we hold both a visible image, the belief system will automatically change, and the result will change in the instant. Therefore, if a person can maintain beautiful images of loved ones, especially a positive image of people, we change our entire faith condition that we can maintain a good image of health, maintain a good image of social relationship, maintaining a good image of ourselves and our inner self, maintaining a good image of our finances, changing the mental image into destiny. We only need to have one simple realization. According to the scientific perspective, the source of mind originates from the mental images in our mind. We only need to remember one thing: the seeds of mental images in our mind determine the result of our life today. This leads to proof of our saying, as one family once said, if every matter should begin with a result, every matter should begin with a result, because the simplest way to achieve anything we are about to do is to start from the result. For example, why is it so difficult for a person married to be happy? Because we do not start the marriage by defining the result in the marriage. The result we have are often based on observing those around us. Our mind wants the image of a bad marriage result. So when we start, we already have the result on human individuals. Start from the result in a person's mind. The mental images in the person's mind is the result of external reality. When the result, the destination is set, there is no need to rush. If the destiny is set directly, when we start with the result, our journey up to the goal changes. It is like knowing where we are going. No matter the means of transport, we can get there. But if we don't know where our destination is, even if we equip the most modern facility, we cannot reach the destination. Every matter to begin with a result. The result is from the mental images in our mind. Therefore, simply changing the mental images changes anything. When the image is clear, our life becomes willing. Every matter begins with a result, so we can conclude that, according to the scientific perspective, as statement one, the six of mental images in our mind determine the result of our life. Now, the question is raised: what determines the mental image in our mind? This is because those images appear spontaneously in our mind. What we hear, see, say, and know determines the mental images in our mind. As if precisely what we hear, what we say, we know that determines our mental images. And what we are struggling with most often is that knowing it is detrimental to the future. Currently, the knowing regarding marriage is highly detrimental to the mental images we hold. Most of the images are negative. The knowing regarding child fecundation gives us images that are not very positive. The knowing about this life, the knowing about people, give us its fantastic images of people. Knowing we have about careers and businesses in life being increasingly arduous, especially our knowing about health. This knowledge excludes us from birth until now, because according to the scientific perspective, we cannot say about the time before birth. So from the moment we are born until now, what we know, what we see, what we say, and what we hear have influenced our mental image. If we live in a type of village or lineage where the average lifespan of people is between 120 to 160 years, what will feel old and spread is where city young, and what we still feel like are really young. And what we know about health, what we hear about health, what we see about health, and what we say about health is different from those who live in a village or lineage where the average lifespan is 60 or 70 years. In the latter case, people around 60 and therefore are mostly winding down. If we were city, then wouldn't feel we feel like we were about to go close to death. If we live in a lineage where the average monthly income after adult is around 1 million USD, no less than 24 million minimum, how would we feel today if our income were 200 million minimum? How would we feel? So what we hear, we see, say, and know determines our image. But if the entire higher
and the
just
highest
or
income
just to afford food,
anyone
and
has is
highest
20
income
million or
anyone
30
has is
million
20
VND. How
million
would
or
we
30
feel
million
with an income
VND.
of
How would we
200
feel with
billion VND?
income
What
to
if we
200
write,
million
if only one
VND?
star appears in the
How
sky,
wonderful, right?
in the
If
future a
only
constellation
one
of,
star
of
in the
stars
sky in
will
the
appear.
future, a
Therefore, in society,
constellation
when
of
someone
stars will
achieves
appear.
something
Therefore,
wonderful
in
and
society,
excels, it will
when
lead
someone
to a
achieves
change of
something
sound
wonderful and
emerging,
excels, it
of
will lead
sounds
to a
emerging.
chain of
When
stars
people hear, see,
emerging.
say, and
When
know,
people
we
hear,
will
see, say,
create
and
a
know, will
change
gradually
accordingly,
change
and we
accordingly,
will
and we
change
will
the
change the
nature of the
image of
society.
society.
At this time,
At that time, achieving
joy is
peace
similar
and
than
joy is
being
similar
angry. In the
than being
future,
angry.
someone
In the future,
will
someone
say
will
that
say that
comprehensive
comprehensive
wealth
wealth is
is
similar
simpler
than
than
poverty.
poverty.
Gradually, what we will hear,
What
see,
people
say,
hear,
and know
see,
will
say,
change,
and
and
know will
society
change,
will
and
undergo
society
a
will
massive
undergo
shift.
a
If
massive
only a
shift.
few people
If
truly
only a few
understand life,
people
society
strongly
will
understand
also
life,
understand
society
life,
will
because
also
what we
understand
heard,
life, because
see,
of what we
spoken, and know is constantly
spoken and know
changing.
is
There's
constantly
a feminist
changing.
story
There is a
about
tremendous
researchers
story about
studying the
researchers
behavior
studying
of
the
very
behavior
intelligent
of very
monkeys.
intelligent
The
monkey.
monkeys
The
love
monkey
sweet
loves
potato
sweet potatoes,
society.
so
He
scientific
gave them
business.
sweet
The sweet
potato, but
potatoes
first
was first
bury
bury
them
them
in
in the
sand,
sand to
observe
observe their
their
reaction. The
reaction. The
monkeys
monkeys
like
let
them,
them, but found
but
the
found
sand
the sand
unpleasant,
unpleasant.
yet they
Yet they
still
still
had to
had
eat.
to eat.
One beautiful day, a
A
female
monkey
monkey
accidentally throw
accidentally
a
rubbed
sweet
her sweet
potato into
potato
water.
into a
She picked
blender.
up and ate
She
it,
picked up and ate it,
finding
finding it delicious. From then on, she knew
knew
not
to wash
what
the
to
potato
potato for
before
eating.
eating.
She
She
taught her
taught
father, mother, and
father,
sibling,
mother, and
and
sibling,
gradually her
and
family
gradually
taught,
her
and
mother taught,
surrounding
and
family
surrounding
scientists.
family. Scientific
Make every monkey that learned to wash
Scientists
them.
make every monkey
When
that
the
learned the washing
one
method, and when the
hundredth monkey
100
was
monkey
reached,
was reached,
something
something
surprising
surprising happened.
happened. That
That
monkey
monkey
had
has not
not
been
been
in
in
contact
contact
with
with any other
any
monkey
other
and
monkeys
had
and had
never
never
been
been
taught
taught
how to wash the
how to wash the
potato.
potato.
Give
But
get when
when the
given the
potato
potato
is
is
spontaneously
constantly when they
trying
find
to
water
find
and wash
water
it,
and wash it,
observing
observing
all
that
monkeys from the
from the
100 and the
100
first
and first
one
only,
onward,
then
they
gradually
gradually
all know
all know how to do
The
it. The
phenomenon
phenomenon
spread
even
to other
spread to other
islands
islands despite the
geographical
geographical distance,
distance. What
where
amount
monkeys could not travel between
possibly
islands,
yet the
between
monkeys
islands. Yet the
that also knew
monkey
how to wash the
they
potato.
also know
A
how to wash
person's
the
life and
potato. A
society
person's
will
life, a
continuously
society
transform
will
when we change
continuous
what we hear, see,
transform
say, and
when
know, and
we
change the
change
mental
what we hear,
images
see, say, and know, and change
of
the
our
mental
future.
images
This
of our
alignment
future.
of
This
condition will
alignment of
help
condition
others
will
to
help
change
others
in
to
the
improve in
future
the
as
future
well.
as well.
Therefore, when
Therefore,
living in
when
a family,
living in a family,
we are
we are determined to transform
ourselves
ourselves
over time
over time
as
as
our
our
mental
mental
images
images
change
change
regarding
regarding
ourselves and those
those
around
around us.
us. The
Family
family
automatically
automatically
changes
changes
too.
too. Thus,
Thus,
there
there
is
is
no
no
need to
need to
take that
change
changing
in
on
order.
just
Just focus
focus
on
on
changing
changing
ourselves. This
ourselves.
means
This means
changing our
changing our
mental images
mental images about
about ourselves
ourselves
and our loved
and our
ones.
loved
It means
ones.
changing
It means
our
changing
knowing
our
about
knowing about
ourselves,
ourselves,
our
our
knowing
knowing
about
about
humanity,
humanity, our
and our
knowing about the
knowing
law of
about
cause
laws
and
of cause
condition
and
and
condition
result.
result.
This
This
is
is
how we
how
change the
we change
image,
the
and
image, and
subsequently we change what we
subsequently
say.
we
The
change what we
formula
say. The
changing
formula for the
changing
changing
image
the
is
image is
control what we
control what
hear,
we
see,
hear,
changing
see,
what you say
change
and know.
what you say
When
and
the
know.
change destiny,
Then we
first
change
we change
destiny.
the
First,
knowing, then
we
change
change
the
the
saying and
knowing,
control the
then
hearing and
change the
seeing,
saying
gradually
and
changing the
control
mental
the
image
hearing
changes
and seeing.
destiny.
Gradually changing the mental image changes destiny. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ừ, gì?
Vậy là chúng ta có được 27 phút nha.
Dạ, cô
Rồi,
Anh ơi, cô Anh có gì cô Anh record giùm thích đi nha cô Anh.
dạ.
Dạ, cô
Dạ,
Anh
sao cô?
dạ.
Đâu ơi?
Có gì cô Anh á record á, cũng như mọi người á, mỗi người được nhiêu phút á cô.
Dạ. Dạ, bây giờ anh đang điểm xanh đây cô.
Dạ, biết ơn cô.
Dạ, cả nhà nói cho anh ha. Bây giờ á là anh ai vào lúc nào á, cô Anh Đào nè.
Cô Anh Đào được 9 phút.
Dạ. Anh thấy là có
Thầy
cô
Cường
Anh
mới vô
Đào.
thì phải.
Dạ.
Dạ. Em mới
Thầy
vô
Cường
tức là
có đọc ra một không thầy?
không coi.
Dạ. Ok.
Này, như một thói quen em còn đi vào học đấy chứ. Xong rồi nhìn lại lịch ngày thứ bảy.
Wow.
Mọi người đua quá trời đua.
Dạ, vậy là round 1 ha. Round 1. Tối ngày ngày 9 tháng 5 duyệt 2026 này. Đó, x1 đào là 9.
Cô Thảo Linh với cô Anh ơi, bây giờ là 7:50 rồi đó. Mình vậy
Dạ.
là cả nhà mình đợi tới 8 giờ để mọi người join
Dạ.
link vô luôn hả cô?
Dạ.
Dạ. Tại vì Tiffany có công chuyện á, Tiffany out trước nha cả nhà.
Dạ.
Dạ. Dạ, biết ơn cô Thảo Linh giúp em bữa nay.
Dạ.
Dạ.
Rồi cô Anh nào 9 phút này thầy Cường không đua, còn lại là 26 phút này. Đó, cô Mỹ Duyên này. Mỹ Duyên, Thảo Linh.
Dạ, vậy em biết ơn cô Anh nha. Cô Anh với cô
Dạ.
cô Thảo Linh giúp em ha. Dạ, 8
Dạ.
giờ em thấy cô Lê có nhắn là cô Lê vô luôn á, cô Anh.
Dạ. Dạ.
Dạ, vậy em out trước nha cô. Chào cả nhà.
Dạ. Dạ.
Dạ, biết ơn cô.
Dạ rồi. Dạ, anh cứ đưa lên đây. Ok, dạ rồi. Nhà mình tiếp tục đuôi nha. Dạ, đợi một chút xíu nữa anh gọi cô Lê vô nha.
Dạ, mình cứ đọc tiếp với cô Anh rồi.
Dạ, mình cứ
mọi
đọc
người
tiếp đi cô.
chừng nào vô
Dạ,
thì
lúc
vô.
nào
Dạ.
mọi người vô thì mình vô tiếp. Dạ, anh đã để
Lesson 2.
Dạ. Thầy Cường đua luôn nha thầy Cường. Thầy Cường ơi.
Dạ vâng, mà em xin phép tắt cam nhé.
Dạ vâng ạ.
Trời
Thầy
em
cứ
mạng
đọc
yếu
thôi
quá,
ạ.
bật cam lên là lắc.
Dạ, dạ, vâng. Dạ rồi,
Dạ.
thầy cứ đọc thôi ạ.
Dạ.
Dạ. Dạ, mời cô Linh dẫn đoàn đua đi ạ.
Cô Anh đọc đi cô Anh em. Cô Anh đọc đi em xe. Ủa sao kỳ á?
Cô vô lại cái này đi cô. Vô lại một trong hai cái đó. Cái kia cô. Hình như là cô bấm vào cái cô share lại.
Mình bấm lộn cái nào để mình stop share lại.
Cái hình cái hình ghi hình á. Nó ra cái lỗi á. Nó bấm lộn. Ồ. Con của con nhà mẹ anh Đào đẹp trai ghê ha. Dạ thôi để anh nói. Dạ rồi. Chào mừng cả nhà đến với trận đua thứ 2, round 2 tối ngày mùng 9 tháng 5. Dạ, với bài là Lesson Through the Structure of Human Being. The front size 30 and the speed is 12. Now we are on track. We are ready. Và mời cả nhà chúng ta cùng hô ạ. We are on track. We are ready.
We are ready.
Dạ, rồi chúng ta sẽ đang có 5 tay đua.
I'm ready.
We are on track. We are ready. Dạ, chúng ta có 5 tay đua nha. Cô Anh Đào đua nha. Dạ, cả nhà mình đưa tay đi. Dạ. Dạ rồi.
Into the structure of
Listen
human
to the
being
structure
by
of
the
human being. The structure of
human
human being
being.
is an
The structure of
important
human being
concept.
is an
important
Importance of knowledge about the
The
human
importance
structure.
of knowledge
Knowledge
about
regarding the
human
human
structure.
structure is
Knowledge
considered one of the
regarding the human
important
structure
frames of
considered
reference in
one of
life.
the
This knowledge is
frames of
the
reference
root
in life.
origins of life
This
from a
knowledge
religious
was the root
perspective.
origin
It is a
of
type of
a religious
understanding that
perspective.
helps people open, awaken their
It
wisdom
is a
into
type of
intellect,
understanding that
opens the door
helps
to the view
people
home of
open,
human life,
awaken
and explains
wisdom
all
in intellect.
questions in human
It
life.
opens
The
the door to
significance of
the view of
realizing the
human life
human
and
structure.
explain
When
all the
awareness
questions
of the
of human
human
life
structure is gained, you
to
will
the
understand how
significance
people
of
find their true
realizing the
nature,
human structure. With
facilitating the
awareness of
perception
the
of the true
human structure
nature
in
within
their
themselves. Hence,
you
the
will
same, the 16 human
understand
nature,
how people
pre-desire, and
find their true
thought-perception
nature,
are the focal points of human
facilitating
nature,
the
representing the
reception
human
of true
ego.
nature within themselves, Understand the
Understand the
human
emptiness
natures.
nature of
Great
the inner
desire and
being.
thought conception are the focal points of the human nature,
Then
Understand the
representing the
three
human
forms of
ego.
virtue, merit,
Understand the
sin,
emptiness
and
nature
blessing.
of the
Understand
inner
total
being.
karma, knowledge, karma,
Understand the
connection,
three
karma,
forms of
and result
virtue,
karma.
merit, sin, and blessing.
Understand
Understand
the
total
express
karma,
master of
knowledge
space and
karma,
time.
connection karma, and
Understand that
result
the inner
karma.
awareness perception
Understand in
determines
rest
the
matter,
magnetic
space, and
vibration
time.
state of
Understand
inner
that
being,
the inner
which
awareness perception determines
subsequently
the
substantially
electromagnetic
determines
vibration
the
state of the
energy,
inner being, which subsequently determines the
vibration
energy
frequency, and
vibration frequency,
finally
and finally
determines the
determines the
experience of the view
appearance of the
human
view of
life,
human life,
world view, and cosmic view.
world view, and cosmic view.
Change the cause in
Change
the
the
past and
cause
alter
in the
the effect
past,
result in the
alter the
present and
effect result in the
simulate a good
present,
effect
and
result for the
simulate a
future.
good effect result for
Introduction to the
future.
human structure.
Introduction to the human
Current life
structure.
is the
Our
result
current life
created by
is
the
the
cause
result
in the
created
past.
by
Our
the cause
present is the
in the
cause of
past.
life in the
Our
future.
present is
Changing the
the cause
present
of life in
means
the
changing the
future.
cause that
Changing the present means changing
will
the
create
cause
the effect
that
result
will
for the
create
future.
the
If we
effect
want a desired future, we
results
must
for the
change the cause in the present.
future.
Only
If we want
when
a
a person
desired
knows where
future,
the root
we
of
must
life
change the cause
originates,
in the
can we
present.
change the cause and thus change
Only
the
when a
effect
person
result.
knows where the root of their life
Through free
originates, can they
perspective, the
change
principal
the cause
doctrine
and
in
thus
which
change
us
the effect
believe
result.
and
Through three
science,
perspective
along with the
principles are
three frames
doctrine,
of reference as the
religion,
triangle of
and
reality,
science,
the human structure,
along
and
with
the
the
formula for
three
the root of
frames
life,
of
can
reference,
fully
the
understand
triangle
where
of
the root of
reality,
human
the
life
human structure, and the
originates,
formula of the root
including
of life.
what
We can
causes
fully
combined
understand where the root
to
of
create
human
the
life
effect
originates,
result.
including what
On this
cause
understanding, people
combine is to
will
create the
know
effect
how to create
result.
the good
From this
causes and favorable
understanding, people will
conditions to
know
reap
how to
desirable
create the good cause and
effects
favorable
result in
connection
life.
to
The
reap
human structure is
desirable
one of
effects or
these
result
three
in life.
important frames of
The human
reference.
structure is one of
This frame
three,
reference
three important
is
frames of
viewed from the
reference.
perspective
This
of
frame of
religion
reference
belief
is viewed from the perspective of
utilizing the
religion,
knowledge of
utilizing the
Buddhism to
knowledge
understand the human
that
structure
Buddhism
and thereby
to
finding the root
understand
origin
the human
of
structure
cause
and
of human
thereby finding
according
the
to
root
this view.
origin
The true
and
nature.
cause of
What is the
human life
true nature?
according
The
to
true
this view.
nature is what which does not
The true
change across
nature.
space
What
and
is the
time.
true
Anything
nature?
that
The
changes
true
is no
nature is
longer the true
that
nature.
which does
In our
not change
daily
across
lives,
space and time.
everything is
Anything that
not the true
changes is no
nature
longer to
because
the
it
true
changes over
nature.
time, such
In our
as
daily
houses,
lives,
car,
everything
emotions,
is not the
love,
true nature
or even
because
the
it
human
changes
body
over
which
time.
changes
Such as
every day.
house,
If we cling to
cars,
this
emotions,
changing,
love, or
we
even the
can
human
never
body,
achieve peace
which
and joy.
changes
Seeing
every day.
something that
If
is
we
real and
cling to
exists
the
is
changing
true,
thing,
but it is
we can
not the
never
true
achieve
nature.
peace and
According
joy.
to the
Seeing
story of the
something that is real and
the
see is
demon
true, but it's
conspired to
not the
hide the
true
true nature
nature.
deep
According
inside
to the story,
humanity, believing that the
demon
most dangerous
conspires to
stress
hide the true
is
nature
the
that is inside
self-stress, and
humanity,
as a
believing
result,
that
people no
the most
longer cling to
dangerous ways of
the true nature
self-express
within
is a
themselves,
result. People
but
no
mainly cling
longer
to
cling to
external
the true
things,
nature within
so they
themselves,
cannot
but mainly doing
achieve
to
peace and joy.
external things.
Only
So
those
they
with
cannot
great
achieve peace and
destiny can
joy.
find the
Only
true
those
nature
with
within
great
themselves. If
destiny
we find the true
can find the
nature
true
within
nature within
ourselves,
themselves.
we
If
approach
we
the peace
find
and
the true
joy.
nature within
Knowing the human
ourselves, we
structure is
approach the peace
crucial
and
and
joy.
highly
Knowing
valuable
that human
knowledge for
structure is
humanity.
crucial and
Understanding
highly
therefore the human nature needs
valuable
the human
knowledge for
structure,
humanity.
mean understanding oneself
Understanding
and
that
finding the
human
true
structure
nature
means
within
understanding
oneself to
oneself and
attain true
finding
peace
the
and
true
joy.
nature within
Since
oneself
the
to
human
attain
structure
peace
is
and
a
joy.
beautiful the
Since
lens
the
of
human
religion
structure
and
is
belief,
viewed
we
through the
borrow
lens of
knowledge from
religion and belief,
Buddhism.
we borrow knowledge from
Buddhism to
Buddhism to
explain
explain
it.
it.
Component of the human structure. The human
Human
structure
structure, the
has
human structure as four
these
parts.
parts
These
are
parts is categorized by
categorized by
different
different
terminologies
terminologies
used by common
used by
folk
common
science
folk
and Buddhism.
science and
In terms
Buddhism.
of
In terms
structure,
of structure
the
of
human
human
self
self, there
is
is the
no
terminology of
terminology
eight
of the
great
eight great
combination.
combination. Typically, the four
Typically,
great
the four great
combination
combination are said to
are
create
said
the
to create
body.
the body.
However,
However, intrinsically, the five
intrinsically,
great
the three great
combination creating the body consist of
combination
earth, water,
create
air,
the body
fire, and
consisting of earth,
electromagnetism.
water, air, fire,
When consider
electromagnetism. When
when
consider the
considering
whole
whole
person, there are
there are
also the
also the
whole
heart,
mind,
mind,
nature,
nature,
and
and
motion.
emotion. Thus,
Thus, the
the
body
body
is
is
formed by
formed by
eight
eight elements: heart, My natural emotion, earth, water, air, fire, and electromagnetic system referred to as the eight combination to correctly define the human structure. It should be the nine great combination. This combination is the cause which
electromagnetism of
speaking of
light
the
must be
heart mind,
included,
the
meaning
electromagnetism of light must be
electromagnetism is
loaded,
divided into
meaning
two
electromagnetism is divided
electromagnetism of
into two
light
of
and
the
yin-yang
forms, electromagnetism of
electromagnetism.
light and
Total
yin-yang
nine, the great
electromagnetism,
combination.
totally
We
nine
referring to the body without the
combination.
heart, mind,
When
nature, and
referring to the
motion, it
body
is a
without
five
the
great
heart, mind,
combination:
nature, and
earth, water,
motion is
air,
the
fire, and
five great
electromagnetism.
combination, earth,
To
water,
unify
air,
the
fire, and electromagnetism.
terminology, the human
To
structure is
unify the
consistently
terminology,
defined as
the human
follows.
structure
The
is
human structure
consistently
consists of
defined as
the true
follows.
nature,
The
the
human
16
structure
human
consists of
nature, the layer of
1. The true
motion, the
nature.
layers of our
2.
elements
The
body.
16 human nature.
Specifically, the
3.
true
The
nature is
layer of
rooted in the
emotion.
intention to
4. The
see,
layer
the
of
intention to hear,
elements
the
plus.
intention to see, and the
Specifically,
intention
the
to
true
know.
nature
Surrounded
embodies
by
the
the
intention to
electromagnetism
see,
of
the
light.
intention to
16
hear,
human
the
nature
intention
consists
to
of
see,
perception,
and the
co-perception,
intention to
action,
know,
and
accelerated
internal
by the
processing, and
electromagnetism of light.
consciousness. Well, talent,
Right.
beauty, form, fame,
Existing
poetry,
human
things,
nature
deep
consists of
strict desire,
perception,
anger,
thought,
ignorance,
conception,
illusion,
action,
arrogance, lies,
internal
doubt, ego, and
processing,
appearance, attachment.
consciousness, wealth, talent, beauty,
This layer
form,
is surrounded
fame,
by yin-yang
food, teen, sweet,
electromagnetism. The
thirst,
layer of
greed,
motion
desire,
consists of
anger,
84,000
ignorance,
illusory
delusion,
couples, also
arrogance,
known as emotion. The layers of
arrogance,
our
pride,
elements body
doubt,
consists of
evil,
earth,
and
nutrition, give
appearance,
you water,
attachment.
air, and five
The
forms. The
layers
layers
is
is
surrounded by
surrounded by
yin
yin-yang
electromagnetism.
electromagnetism.
The layer of
The human
emotion
structure
consists of
also contains the three
84,000
forms of
illusory
virtue:
bubbles,
merit,
also
merit,
known
blessing,
as
sin, and
emotion.
total karma,
The layer of
knowledge
core
karma,
elements body
connection to
consists
karma,
of
and
earth,
result karma.
nutrition,
According to
water,
common
air, and
folk, the
fire
inner
ones.
structure of
This layers are
a
also
person, human
surrounded by
being on
yin
earth includes the
electromagnetism.
mind, natures, and
The human
emotion,
structure
which
also contains
manifests outwardly as
three
a
forms of
body.
virtues:
We
merit,
often refer
blessing, sin, and
to
total karma, knowledge
these
karma, connection karma, result
nature and
karma,
motion
according
and
into the
emotion and
component
body.
part. The inner
Understanding
structure
oneself
of a person.
requires
Notice mind,
understanding the
nature, and
heart, mind,
emotion, which
natures,
manifest
emotions, and body
outwardly as a
fully.
body.
When we
We
understand
often
our
refer
inner
to this
being, we
as
can attain
nature,
peace and
emotion,
joy.
and
Everyone in his
emotion
life
body.
seek peace and joy,
Understanding
and
oneself
it is
requires
initiated
understanding the
when a
heart,
person
mind,
finds
nature,
the
and
true
emotion
nature
in the
within
body
themselves.
fully. When
Definitions
we
of the
understand
16
our
human
inner
nature
belief,
have its terms
being,
in the human
we can
structure.
attain
The
peace and
layer of
joy.
16
Everyone is
human
in a high
nature
state of
uses
being and joy, and it is
terminology.
initiated
The meanings
when a
closest to
person
the human
has the
structure
true nature
context
within
are
themselves.
perception, perceiving, taking,
Definition
thought
of the
conception,
60 human
remembering,
natures. The
imagining,
human
planning,
structure, the layer of
forecasting,
60
action,
human nature
internal
uses
processing,
signal connection
thinking out,
terminology. The
consciousness,
meaning related to the human
understanding,
structure
knowing,
context are
knowledge, wealth,
context
Definitions
are
of the
perception,
human nature.
wealth,
perceiving,
talent,
Human
taking,
ability,
structure,
thought,
there are
conception,
physical
remembering,
body,
manifestations of
imagining,
appearance, form,
planning,
structure, and
forecasting,
repetition, fame,
closer to
food,
human
eating,
structure
internal
eating.
processing,
perception,
thwarting,
visibility,
checking out,
tracking,
consciousness,
taking in,
understanding,
perception,
knowledge,
remembering,
health,
imagining,
talent,
planning,
money,
forecasting,
wealth,
Free
action,
talent,
desire and desire
ability,
internal process,
wants.
body, form,
thoughts,
physical
checking
body,
out,
appearance,
Anger,
trust,
pride,
fame,
anger,
reputation,
understanding knowledge,
food,
wealth,
eating,
talent,
ignorance,
eating,
money, wealth,
illusion,
talent,
illusion,
ability,
stupidity,
sleeping,
instinct, form,
resting, greed,
arrogance,
desire,
pride,
desire
arrogance,
ones,
appearance,
haughtiness,
form,
anger,
fame,
wrath,
thought,
reputation,
anger,
fame,
ignorance,
suspicion, doubt,
misleading,
delusion,
depressed, cheating,
stupidity,
cruelty,
resting,
weakness.
stupidity,
desire,
arrogance,
wants,
pride,
anger,
arrogance,
wrath, anger,
haughtiness, doubt,
ignorance, delusion, delusion,
Ignorance,
doubt,
attachment,
evil,
scorn, fixed
cruelty,
view,
arrogance, pride,
weakness,
full compliance,
arrogance,
amplitude, and
adherence,
haughtiness,
level of
attachment,
human nature.
stubbornness,
suspicion,
fixed
doubt,
Free
view,
desire and
or
full
full
conception
compliance,
are the full
amplitude,
compliance
and
of
level of
human
human
nature.
natures.
Free desire
With
and full
design and thought
conception
conception
regarding
are
wealth,
focal
talent,
points of
beauty,
human
form,
nature.
fame, food,
With
eating,
design and
deep
thought
rest,
conception
appearance,
regarding
determining, degree,
wealth,
and
attachment,
talent,
level of
beauty,
happiness,
anger,
form, fame,
ignorance,
food,
delusion,
eating, and
focal
sleep
point,
arrogance,
determine
attitude, and
doubt,
level of
degree and
human
level
nature.
and
anger,
With desire and
ignorance,
thought
delusion,
conception
they
are the
also
arrogance,
determine what
human
is
nature
evil,
perceived,
of human
perception,
nature.
ignorance,
how it is
Desire and
practiced,
happiness.
thought
action,
conception,
internal
It
desire,
also
wealth,
processing,
talent,
determine
beauty,
what
what
is
is
form, fame,
received
recognized,
perception and how
consciousness.
it is
depressed,
processed,
Free
cheating,
desire,
action,
free
internal
degree
nature,
and
processing,
level
and
of
what
emptying
is
our
wealth,
wishes.
organized,
Free
ignorance,
desire
consonance.
delusion,
there is no
arrogance,
Great
pride,
desire
probability, but
fundamentally means
societically,
wanting
where
or
and
wishing.
time,
appearance
time lapse,
attachment.
Desire
They
linear,
also
itself
simply
is
to the
not
perception that it
problematic,
is
but
bad.
society
In reality,
currently
time is simply a
appearance
desire.
causes
People
treats time with
constantly
time
desire
and
something
reason
such
intimately
as they desire
processing
according
their
to
and
the
children
what
to
is
mature,
perception
recognized
that
to
is
mature of
as.
desiring
In
to understand
reality, the heart
himself,
is truly
when the
a
Buddha
desire.
possesses this
People
nature, then
constantly desire
exemplified by
something.
the
So is
desire to
desire
serve all
desiring
sentient
their
beings,
children
and
to
the desire to
mature,
awaken
or
people to the
desiring
Buddhist
to learn to contain
enlightenment.
themselves. Even the
Perception
Buddha
has three
possessed
steps:
this nature.
imagination,
Simplified
present.
by the desire to serve all sanity.
Remembrance,
Beyond and
past.
desire to quicken the people to possess enlightenment.
Focus the blending
Thought
feature.
conception has three
A
stages.
person who is
The
longer has free desire
imagination,
of
main
conception, meaning
range,
they have no
wisdom,
desire of
blending.
wishes
A
for the
person who is
fulfillment
no
of
longer has
passion,
free
remember
desire of thought
nothing of
conception,
the
in the we have
is
no
no
desire
longer
the
of
desire
considered
of
a
forces
human.
action before
of
Therefore,
the
considered
great
and
present
like
desire
nature.
for
common.
Remember
conception are
Thus,
nothing.
focal points of
conception has
human
been
Remember
nature.
placed
nothing of
once
the
in
past.
imagination
Is no longer
to
Great
remain
desire
there.
for
a human.
conception,
Therefore,
regarded
For
great
well
desire
talent
in
conception
thought
and measured
conception are
in
the
conception.
two
focal
A
points
ways.
of
person who no
nature.
longer has great desire or
Great
thought
desire in
conception,
thought
meaning they have
Wealth,
conception
no
talent,
regarding
desire
choosing
wealth,
money, or
talent can
planning
manifest
future
in two
actions to
ways.
earn
nature.
money.
One,
Talent
money,
ability,
Never
desiring to
desiring to
learn
earn
nothing
money,
various
or
paths
planning
to
future
acquire
action to
talent.
earn money.
Great desire for
Talent ability,
conception regarding
desiring
beauty
to
from
learn
includes
various
the
things
physical
to
body and
acquire
appearance
talent.
form.
Great desire
Great
in thought
desire and
conception
thought
regarding
conception
beauty
regarding
from
wealth, talent,
notice
and
the
its
physical
appearance.
body and appearance from physical body focus visualizing self-care. A person focus on the physical body
Money,
is
wealth,
close
desiring to
attention to
earn
their
money
health,
or planning
avoiding
a future
anything
actions to
harmful.
earn money.
Exercising,
Daily desiring to earn
exercising,
various
acting
things
and
of high talent.
sleeping,
Great desire and thought
sleeping
conception
quality.
regarding beauty
There
form
they
includes the
are
physical body and
meticulous about
appearance
their
form.
appearance,
Physical
looking
body
clean and
focus on
elegant when going
exercising.
out.
Self-care, a
Wearing
person
focus,
focused on the
directing
physical body, hygiene,
importance
clothes,
towards the
attention to their
surrounding
health,
environment.
avoiding anything
A person
harmful,
focused on
exercising,
sắc tướng thì not tolerant, dirty
eating and
homes.
sleeping
They
properly.
demand
They are
appropriate attire,
meticulous
not
about
just
their
for themselves,
appearance,
but for
looking
those
tidy
around
Wearing
and
them.
appropriate
elegant
They
when
attire,
are
not
going
just for
out.
disturbed
themselves but those
Appearance
by
around
form
them.
focus
Factor disturbed
directing
by
images. They sit
information
on
comprehension,
to
head,
surrounding
language
environment.
deficiency,
which
unclear,
Person
accurate
encourage
focus
speed, and
inward
correct
cannot
treatment,
demand
tolerate a
invoking
dirty
demands
demand.
of
house.
tidiness.
They
Great desire
Great
demand
in thought
desire for
improvement
conception
conception
regarding
of
regarding
fame.
fame.
attire,
This
This
is
is
the
desire
just for
to
desire to
themselves
be
be
but for
famous
those
or
famous,
around
conquer
them.
conversely,
Socially,
desire
they
not
are
to
desire
be
not to be
famous,
famous,
a
and
subtle
a
orientation of
language
human
that
nature
insist on
predestination
dependent
clear
on
in
parenting.
nature
accurate
Great
dependent
statement
on
desires
for
and thought
family.
grammar
conception
in
regarding
work.
food
They
is
did not
Desire in thought
hide
inclusive.
it.
The
conception
This
desire
regarding
to be
desire
food
and thought
delicious, full
quantity
for
conception
sound,
regarding fame
not to
includes
the
the
hunger
desire
the
to
it is a
desire
receive
to
measure
such
say
that
much.
has no harm in
Or
the
conversely,
regarding
the
how they
desire
earn
not to
a
say
nature
sum
much
that
remains,
they
but
have
the
has a
no time
addition
physical
to beginning.
orientation
of
of the
time
That of
into
nature
definition
determines
remains,
our
needed on
behavior
but
toward
the
eating.
addition
Great
of
and
desire
time
and for
determines
conception
our
regarding
behavior
sleep
toward
rest.
eating.
Some
eating.
people cannot
Great
sleep,
desire in thought
while
conception
others
Desire
regarding
sleep
sleep
is
rest.
excessively
food
at
Some people
different
custom
cannot
times.
how
sleep.
they
If
eat
combined
While
with
person
others
and
sleep
they
have
multiply a
sexuality
beautiful
and
talent regarding
sleep.
different
Great
conception.
desire
Conception
for
is
conception
remains
regarding
multiply the
any
cohabiting
aspect will
talented
initiate the outer
behavior.
layers of the
desire,
human
great
structure
desire
Great
in
in
a
thought
desire and
specific
thought
conception regarding
direction,
conception
animals
regarding
tending
what
to
will
distress
perceive as
initiate
and
the
perception,
sleep.
outer
what
While
is
layers
others
possessed,
of the human
action,
structure in
internal
a specific
processing, and what
direction,
is
determining what
recognized
is received
consciousness.
perception.
desire
Perception,
Perception
beauty,
how
rise
is
as
it
a
possessed
single
action,
human
desire
internal
intention can
processing,
lead
and
a
what is
person thousands
recognized
of miles
will
away.
recognized.
imitate the
Thought
Looking at both the
conception
outer
individual and
layers
nearest.
of
others
the
is a
human
Rather,
scientist's
structure
a
view to
single
because
human
the
aligning
intention
great
can
conception
lead to
desire and
reaching
for
thousands of
is
miles
conception.
received
away.
If we want to
perception
guide
Being
our
able to
children
influence
toward the
others
and
in
comprehensive
how
society due
richness, we
to
must
and
make
what
them
is
aligning with their
desire
recognized
great
grant for
desire
it.
and thought
Otherwise,
but
they
conception.
will
the
If we want to
drift
construction
guide
toward
our
the
negative
children
human
towards
directions.
greatness
intention
or
We
can lead
should
a
riches,
not
person
guide
we
our
onto
must
an
children
make them
arrogant
criticizing for
way,
desire and
conception
unable
toward
to
the
influence
light
the
path. They will
otherwise.
be led
They
toward
will
the
be
dark path.
driven
align
towards
with desire and
The
thought
negative
amplitude
conception.
of
direction.
human
If we
We
nature,
want
do
to get
not
because the
everything
guide our
structure of human nature
children
is
human
encased by
rightly,
system.
Jungian
Desire plan for
electromagnetism, the
toward
other
the
nature of
light
behavior
matter
path,
is rise
will
and
be
fall,
led
or
toward the
linearly
dark
negative
high.
path.
The
direction.
amplitude
The,
If we
of
do not
the
guide our
amplitude
children
oscillation,
with
of
desire
human
and thought
oscillation,
nature,
the
conception,
level
the
because
and
the
light
structure
decree
of
of
human nature is
nature
will be led
encased by
towards
predestined
the
linear
dark
anger,
path.
magnetism,
ignorant,
The
and the
ignorance,
amplitude
nature
delusion,
of
and
human
fluctuates
nature
blind
progressively,
because
doubt,
the
meaning
ego,
they
and
have
nature of
ignorance,
reached
human
the
nature
attachment
is
amplitude of
rise
high.
from low to
And the
high,
regulation,
of
the
human
from
nature
level
from
of
the
negative
need
into
rate of the
positive.
nature's
to
great design
Great
in
rise
desire
the
and
below
earn
ignorance,
negative
meaning they have
decrease.
delusions,
unending
unwanted
Happiness
pride,
of
characterized by
observation.
desiring
evil,
The
and
only
level and
ignorance
degree of the
only
nature
for
with
are
oneself.
desire
relative
The
is
like
high positive
ignorance.
degree is
of
a generosity
Ignorance.
characterized otherwise by desiring for
Arrogance
others.
lies
For
from
instance,
evil
desiring money
expectations and
only
takes
for
advantage
oneself
from
is
low to
happiness.
high or from negative
Desiring
to
money for others
high.
is generosity.
The low
Suicide
negative
is simply a
thinking
desire that oscillates from
characterized
negative
by
to
desiring
positive. Desiring for oneself is
of the high
negative desire of greatness, and desiring for others is
characterized by
positive
desiring
desire of
for
generosity.
desiring money
Excessive generosity is also
desiring
beneficial.
for others
One's desire should be
which desire
based
is
on the
simply a desire
drivers of citizen,
positive to positive.
individual, family,
Desiring for
organization, and
oneself is
society.
negative desire,
Desiring all four
desiring for
simultaneously.
others is
Under the
positive.
below negative degree of
Generosity
self-respect,
is
anger, the high
generosity is
positive
also not beneficial.
is
As desire
satisfaction.
proceed by
Ignorance,
from
illusion,
drivers
below
of
negative
citizen,
degree of
never
shame and
highly
illusion,
organization
the high
desire
positive
for over the
degree is
frequency.
clarified
Higher
as
the
the
low
right, the
negative
low
degree
evidence
of
negative
described.
peace,
The
degree
low
higher the
negative degree
high
of man
positive
is
degree is
inferiority.
inferiority.
The
Not
high
as illusion,
positive
the
degree
low
Superiority
is
is
negative degree is
superiority.
superiority.
A is illusion,
Self-confidence
the high
stands in the
positive degree
middle.
is
Love,
Confucius
the
arrogance.
negative
stands in the
degree of
middle.
me is a
Wisdom,
The low
arrogance,
superstition,
negative
and the
and
degree
high
of
low
positive
peace
negative
is
degree
degree
is a
of
trustworthiness,
superiority.
reliance.
superiority.
Trust
High
is
positive
in
degree
the
is
middle, not as
superiority.
high as a
Confidence stands in the
trustworthiness.
middle.
Trust in the
Even the
At
middle.
the
negative
low
degree of
negative degree of
affability,
P is
the high positive
Trustworthiness.
persistence.
degree of
The
Even the
high
kindness
low
is
positive degree is
negative
benevolence.
degree.
Benevolence,
reliance.
the
Probably
human
Is the
nature
middle
negative
of
degree is kindness.
high
oscillates
is
from
trustworthiness.
kindness
The
to
human nature
cruelty.
The
really
low negative
Cruelty.
of F
oscillates
is
from
neutral,
kindness
The
to
human
delightful,
cruelty.
attachment, the low
kindness,
negative degree of
Eros
king is
attachment, the low
loving
wrongness,
act,
negative
fixed
degree is
view. The
from
high
kindness,
positive degree is
bully.
acceptance,
with
Different
gratitude,
attachment, the
the high
low
toleration,
negative
positivity is
degree of
regret,
king
acceptance.
great
is
When this
emotional
nature combines
level and
interrelates
will,
levels
the
of
high
between the
human
positive
nature.
degree
emotional
is
levels and
However,
levels
affection.
of
all
human nature.
originate from
Consciousness,
deep
However, on
listening,
desire for
responsive
conception,
degree
deep
originate
is
desire
with
for
emotional
desire
levels
conception
and
thought
levels
are
of
the
conception,
human nature.
with
prerequisite to
desire
For
for
all
thought
initiate the
conception
originate
and
remaining
from the
levels
nature,
of
anger,
desire
at
and
ignorance,
conception
ambition,
is
initiate
arrogance,
desire and
pride,
thought
doubt,
remaining
conception.
natures,
ego,
anger,
and
Ignorance,
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 concept,
attachment,
delusion,
is
innate,
perceived
human
arrogance,
innate
direction.
nature,
doubt,
anger,
ego,
After
and
desire
ignorance,
for
ignorance,
delusion,
conception are
arrogance, pride,
and
satisfied, all
specific
remaining
direction.
nature are pushed towards
If we desire
positive
in thought
direction.
conception
if
are
If they are not
desire
satisfied, the
thought
satisfied, they
conception
cannot
are
be
remaining
stopped. They are
natures are
all
pushed toward the
remain
negative
positive
in
negative
direction.
push
If desire and
they
thought
are not
conception becoming
satisfied and
action
cannot
is
be
tentative,
stopped.
then
They
conceptive
put
are
or
it in
pushed
its
negative
left
toward the
subject.
rest.
They
negative
are
direction.
Comparison,
positive
With
or
internal
desire, thought
negative
perception,
in
conception,
action,
direction.
regarding
internal
With
wealth,
desire and
processing,
thought
and
beauty, from
consciousness.
input
For
eating,
regarding
example,
wealth,
if the
talent, belief,
desire
intellectual
plan for
consent,
health
feeling,
and
action,
the
internal
physical
acceptance,
body
processing and
regarding
memory,
the
dependence,
consonance.
medical
action,
beauty will
Personal, if
open
development,
we
the
desire
processing,
consciousness.
and
plan
The
ancestors.
for
reception
health
will
and
Example,
integrate the
if
physical
we
knowledge,
body,
desire
leading to a
plan
eating
for
deeper
health
physical
understanding
the
of
physical
health.
body
If
will
affecting
desire
be
and thought
consonance,
integrated.
conception
reactions
Will
will
open
elucidate
iterate the
the
knowledge,
reception will
absorption,
leading to a
integrate the
deeper
knowledge.
adoption.
understanding of
The
health.
knowledge with
With
Leading to
desire
a
and
abundant
thought
deeper
perception
conception,
is good
understanding of
action.
health
facilitation,
with
Internal
desire
processing
and
is
thought
good
conception
absorption,
output.
facilitate
acknowledge,
Nature
good
has
literature,
an amplitude
health.
of
absorption is for
oscillation.
action,
Without that,
internal
Mentally well,
processing is the
intelligently
output.
action,
within
internal
Nature
processing
has
self-express
is
or
an
perception.
amplitude
action
Self-conception,
is
action,
oscillation
internal
fundamentally,
fundamentally
processing,
while
consciousness,
talent, beauty
useless,
from
possess,
input eating,
but
negative or
talent,
sleeplessness,
beauty
positive,
from
abstraction,
absence.
consent,
thought
Is
conception,
the
action,
addition,
internal
addition
processing,
for quick
reception, thought
desire.
consonants
The
conception,
do
internal
not
physical
beginning
reflect
of the
processing,
negative or
electromagnetism,
positive
initiate
electromagnetism. It's
anger,
either addition or
direction,
desire
ignorance,
that
delusion,
determines the
pride,
yin yang
doubt, ego, and
electromagnetism.
the addition
attachment.
of
Creating
desire
anger,
that determines
ignorance, delusion,
Conventional
high
society
arrogance,
shows
automatically
pride,
that
from
most
doubt, ego,
peace,
lower,
and
anger,
ignorance,
human
actions,
level
but
of
in
thoughts,
a certain
intellectual
delusion,
wealth,
direction.
arrogance,
talent,
pride,
beauty,
Observation of
fame,
or an
society
appearance
pushed
that
toward the
on us
negative
lower
direction
desire
direction.
because
levels
their
Education,
desire
focus wealth,
society
talent,
understand
shows that
beauty
most
from
successful
input
people
eating and
push
higher
their
sleepless
towards
towards
the
the
positive state
negative
positive
direction with growth.
intellectual and
Their
positive
feeling,
desire are not
temper,
absorption
met.
to
feeling,
post
Successful people
perception,
push
thought
these
perception,
positive
towards
action,
direction
positive
internal
because desire
direction,
processing, and
intellectual
consciousness toward
and
the
those
inner
in
positive
direction.
direction
desire to obtain to
The
wealth,
dominant nature
observation, thought
layers
conception,
between
understanding,
a
action,
person's
internal
social
processing,
conception,
and consonants
conception,
is the
toward the
inner
internal
being.
direction.
consciousness across
The
the
great
inner direction.
Conscious
dominant
of the
nature
body
layer
is a
Dominant
determines
tangible
the
nature
physical
layer
social
factor.
determines a
The
standing.
tangible
social
factor within
standing.
a
What's in the
person are
inner being?
material
Inner being,
In
factors,
the
including
human
the
structure,
heart,
the
mind,
body is
in
nature,
the
and
human
intangible
emotions,
structure, the
body
body
into
is
the
factor.
common
The
intangible physical
intangible
terminology,
factor
factor
which
within
constitutes
person
the
and
inner
intangible
material
being.
factor
factor,
Inner
the
being
person
consists
of
of
including the
heart,
material
heart,
mind,
mind,
factor,
nature,
nitrogen,
including the
emotions,
emotion,
heart,
fluid,
mind,
to
nature,
the
common
and
nature
force to
emotion,
within them, the
fluid,
minority,
sitting human nature, and
constitute
the
in
layer of
the inner
illusion.
the
being.
inner being,
Mastering
the
the
In
inner
inner
state
being
being,
of
is
the
heart,
message
mind,
is to
manifested,
natures, and
institute
a
a
emotion.
devotion
basic
It
is
through the
involves
the
the
human
true
body
manifestation
nature
via
is
the
within
five
them. The city
senses.
human
manifest
natures
in
in
the
the
layer
five
Eyes,
of
nose,
emotion.
senses.
of
Mastering the inner being is when a master
when
teacher
a
that
magic
year of
has
ocean, the year of
to
nature,
the
is
human
possible
body
through the
viva
human
as
body.
five
the
senses:
set of
eyes,
inner
nose,
being
mouth,
was
ears.
receive a
Nose,
message
mouth,
Then
when
ear,
the
and
feeling.
the
layer of
message
emotion
It
and
goes
the
touches
to
layer
the
of
the
layer of
layer of
nature.
ocean. You are
emotion
Finally, the
using
great
emotion to
nature,
interact.
and
When
finally
the
the
stage
rich
message
of
of the
inner
touches the
being
master
layer
when
of
mind.
receiving a
nature, when
message.
using
Three
nature
stages
to
The
of the
message
analyze
inner
and
touches the
being
layer
when
of
distinguish.
emotion.
When the
When
receiving
are
the
message
using
message
touches the
emotion
and the
heart mind, you
message
are
towards
using the
the layer
heart mind to
the
cognition.
message
receive the
touches
set.
the
We
layer
are
of nature, we
using
are using
emotion to
nature to analyze and
Set
interact.
that using the
distinguish.
When the
heart
you
mind to
message
When the
receive,
towards
message
the
using
layer
nature to
cognition, we are
analyze and
using
we are
nature to
distinguish,
using
analyze and
the
using
mind to
emotion to
distinguish.
receive a
interact,
set.
In the
determine
message
These
the
three
towards the
idea of
heart
special
mind, we
entering
are
the
stages
inner
using the
trigger
being.
heart
back
mind to
five
receive
And
the
by
senses.
set.
using
Using
emotion to
nature
Three
to
interact with
analyze
specials
and
someone
that
places
using
distinguish.
the
your
heart
beauty
mind to
and you
Using
receive
place
emotion
and
nature
happy, you
to
are
to
using
analyze and
distinguish the
emotion
degree
distinguish.
of
right.
Using
mastering the
And
inner
by
emotion to
using
being.
interact,
nature to
determine the
Example
way
analyze
of
and
using
mastering
distinguish
the
your
emotion
inner
beautiful
is
being.
places,
If
your
someone
beauty,
everyone
using
your eyes,
praises
emotion
your
to
beauty and
your
you
interact with
skin,
feel
someone,
face,
peaceful
you're
and
tummy.
happy.
literally
You are
You
using
are
when
nature
using
to
you're
emotion
analyze
curious,
and
to
distinguish
you
analyze.
are
your
using
why they
emotion
are
to
Example,
interact.
tormenting you. Example,
Example,
using the heart mind
using
to
the nature to
receive. If
analyze
someone
and
using
praises
determine.
your
nature to
If
beauty and
someone
you
analyze and
raises
simply
your
distinguish.
beauty
acknowledge it,
or your
and they
eyes,
said you're
we is
beautiful,
someone skin
stopping
by
there
face to
without
me.
any further
You
focus
are
or
using
emotional
nature to
arising.
analyze and
You're
determine
using the
why
heart
they
mind to
are
receive.
commandment
The
you.
concept of mastering the
Using
inner
the heart
being.
mind
Mastering
to
means
if
taking
someone raises
initiative,
your beauty
Embrace
and
proactivity,
the
and
beauty.
simply
taking
acknowledge the
responsibility.
appreciate you are
Mastering the
It's
beautiful,
inner being
beautiful.
stopping
is a Without any
choosing and
further
taking
thought and
responsibility
emotional
for the
reflection,
choice
you
with the
are
inner
using the
being to
mind to
master
receive
external circumstances.
the concept of
In life, we
mastering
need
the
to
inner being.
proactively and
Mastering means
straightforward choose all
being
three steps, using
initiative,
the heart mind to receive,
proactively,
using
by
nature to
taking
analyze and
responsibility.
distinguish, and using
Mastering the
emotion
inner
to
being is
interact and
proactively
shift to different subject and circumstances.
choosing and
It is
taking
in the appropriate
responsibility for the
to
choice of within the
use and
inner being
state.
and to
For
master
instance,
external circumstances.
if enters
By
merely using the heart mind to receive without any
proactively and
action
flexibly
is
choose on
unsuitable.
three states, using the heart
Similarly,
mind to
one
receive,
who, when
using
you
nature to
receive the
analyzing
message
and using
any
emotion to
reaction can
interact
strengthen the
to choose for
relationship.
different
In
subjects and
equal
circumstances.
custody, only
Using
using the heart mind to
appropriate
receive
only use
without
one state.
analyzing or
Understand
distinguish right
if
from
the third interview
wrong.
using the heart mind to receive without any action is suitable. We are even one loved one commitment view only receiving the message with any reaction can train the relationship equal
And one
are
use
studied only using the heart
uses
mind to receive
emotion to
without
interact.
analyzing or distinguishing right
Lead
wrong.
to
We
negative
not
feedback.
inverse
Emptiness
and
nature
verse
of the
one
inner
certain
being. The state of
and
the
one
inner
only use
emptiness
emotion to
nature of the inner
the
being
nature
is
of inner
when
being.
one uses it
The
to
emptiness nature of the inner being is see
message
when
that the
one
nature of
uses
emotion layers
activity oneself to receive
or
a message without the
messages
nature or
function of
emotion level
intention to
intervening
see
or
gets attached to the
sticky
layer
to the
of
message.
ether and the layer of
The
emotion.
intention to hear
If a
or the
message
intention to
that
see
is
gets
representing
attached
the
to the
layer of
layers of
nature and emotion
nature and level of
circumstances to
emotion
master
to receive a
sunlight, the
message.
truth
The thus
perception is in
representing the layers of nature and emotion.
the
So correlates
hearing
too
is
much unlike the
attached
domain
to the layer of
perception in the
and
mind.
emotion is no longer the hearing. Similarly, when seeing is attached to the layer of nature and emotion, no longer
Attaining
the true
true hearing
seeing.
and
True
true
seeing
seeing
and
is
true
a state
hearing
of
means
the
that when
emptiness nature
message
of the inner being.
arrives, the intention only
Example,
know
when
what is
someone calls you
seeing or
crazy,
without the
and
human
you only
nature of
resist the
emotion
response
layers
without
being applied.
integrating
True
the emotion
hearing,
on the
hearing and
analysis.
true seeing is a
True
state of
hearing and
emptiness nature
achieving
of
the
the inner
emptiness nature
being.
of the inner being.
Example, when
That
someone
moment, the word
calls you, you
crazy
only
does not
register
mean
and file
as a
it.
use as a
Initiating
message. The heart mind cannot
or
express
analyzing.
are attached to
True
the nature
hearing
and
and achieving
emotion.
the emptiness
The
nature
emptiness
of the
nature
inner
of the
being that human
inner being is
usually
different
has no meaning.
from
It's just a
an
message.
apparent
Mind
person
is
uses their
responsible
heart
of perception
perception
of the
to
nature of
focus
emotion.
elsewhere. Hearing without
Nature of the
truly
inner
hearing,
being is
seeing
different
without
from
truly seeing. That cannot be different to the surrounding. The
apathetic.
emptiness
A
nature of the
pathetic
inner
person
being
uses
is
the heart
when
perception
one
to focus
uses different to
elsewhere.
nature. Thus,
Hearing,
the thought
seeing
conception
without fully
naturally
seeing,
stops
independently
when
free
knowing
to the surrounding. The
does
emptiness
not mean
nature of
that
the inner
knowing
being is
exists,
when one
but
uses
no
the true
thought
nature
conception
and
arises
thus
using the
thought
true nature to
conception
receive
naturally
a
stop.
message. When a
What
message is
happens
extremistic,
in
the person
action
hears only the
exists, but
hearing,
no
see only the
action
seeing,
arises using the true nature to
initiate
produce the
nothing,
message.
and is not attached to
This
the
is
nature of
transmitted
emotion
and a
level.
person hears or the hearing
Only the
sees
true
only
nature
the
to receive the
seeing,
message. They
initiate
achieve the
nothing and do
state
not attend to
of
the
the
nature
emptiness
of
nature of
emotion
the
layers using only the
the
nature to
emptiness nature
receive the
of the
message.
inner being is
The
formless
state
and
of emptiness nature of
can
the
only be
emptiness nature of the
received
inner
and
being is formless
not
and
perceived,
insatiable.
cannot be
Can only
understood
be
as a
received and not
state
perceived.
that
It cannot be
one
understood.
knows
It is
for
stated
oneself.
that knows oneself.
Only the self knows.
Ourselves, hot and
When
cold,
the
only the
emptiness
truth
nature
knows.
achieves, the knowing and the
Emptiness nature
environment
is
are
achieved. The mind
separate.
and the
Using the true
environment
nature
are
to receive
separate.
the
The
message
nature
leads
to
to peace and
receive the
joy and
message leads to
awareness.
peace and joy and enlightenment.
Appreciation of the emptiness nature
Emptiness
of the
nature of
inner
the inner
being.
being
When a problem
arise,
arises,
initiating the
initiating the emptiness
emptiness nature causes the
cause
problem
the
to
problem
resolve.
to
To
be
enjoy when
resolved.
cling to the
People
layers
attain
of
peace and joy. People cling
emptiness
to
is
the layers of
easily
nature
disturbed.
and emotion. The mind is easily
Initiating emptiness nature is better when facing
total
issues,
ignorance.
otherwise
Total
attachment leads
ignorance
to
is a
anger
finish
and
total
ignorance
unthought
confusion.
and action of the
But one
knowledge
use
lack heavy. In
cleverly
other words,
initiate
total
to
accumulation of what
the
has been heard,
method of
seen, said, and known
consent,
is called lifetime.
subsides and
Store is a
separate the mind of
storehouse of
karma.
emptiness, or
Karma is the sum
subconscious
total of our thoughts and
potential
action accumulated lifetime. In
emotional
other words, total karma is the
emptiness.
accumulation of
Total
all
karma
karmic
consists of
activities.
knowledge,
This
karma,
left
action,
karma's
karma,
lifetime
action,
solely
karma. Knowledge, karma is
consciousness or
knowledge,
subconscious
understanding, and awareness.
unconsciousness. Karma
Knowledge,
consists of
understanding,
the
and
knowledge
saying,
karma, the
awareness
next
are like lifetime
karma, knowledge karma, the total
connection, karma,
understanding
total countless lifetimes. This determines the relationship and after relationship between people. They were born to who will marry. Karma, the total result achieved have experienced across countless lifetimes. This includes the number of houses, amount of money, career success. You are born with identical karma, which one is born as karma has followers for countless lifetimes. What we have heard, seen, and know in the past absorbed the layers of nature and emotion from the knowledge, connection, and results karma stored in the human temple of knowledge. Karma knowledge stored in the mind, and although we think with years granted example of karma possessing a house, car, or dream job are example of so karma that is giving refers to specific and other bodies such as birth, each person being so karma pre-exists in the case when and what will happen to thus total karma is what we have cultivated across countless lifetimes. Therefore, we should receive opportunity what happens in life rather than understanding total karma is not about recitation but about understanding this open approach so that we can activate the knowledge, connection, and resolve karma in a way that benefits us. Understanding how the electromagnetic vibration stay up in the being oscillates balance correspond to low, high, and super high energy vibration frequency. Determines the electromagnetic vibration state of electromagnetic vibration determines the vibration frequency and the energy frequency. For example, when inner awareness regarding a harmonious marriage is positive, electromagnetic vibration state of the inner being when thinking of who is loving and joyful is positive vibration that high vibration frequency. Our inner being allows energy vibration frequency result a negative hearing, seeing, saying, and knowing in the high energy vibration is when first hearing, see only the seeing. Three forms of virtual and merit. The form of virtual merit are of merit, blessing, and sin. The merit of the cell of the true nature, the blessing and the sin in the cell of the human nature. As a block of dirty electromagnetism accumulated by causing suffering to others, instance of negative electromagnetism often leads to undesirable if thinking about marriage has become unhappiness. Today, high accumulated electromagnetism in that aspect of life. Blessing, also known as a positive electromagnetism leads to die outcomes in life or work more profoundly may have been electromagnetism of life, elevating level of inner awareness or raising the wisdom and intellect. In other words, as others realize the true nature within themselves. From a Buddhist perspective, is like a mountain of it's difficult to see. Blessing is the mountain abundant can be burned.
Blinding
Single
resentment
man
is the
knows that
inflammation
blaming resentment, blaming dissipates, throw up positive electromagnetism because it is negative electromagnetism. Women lose acid easily. That because the female body inherently carries electromagnetism. Men lose blessing quickly their body carries high positive electromagnetism and turns into quickly dissipated blessing organ. After men lose blessing also quickly lose blessing by being in depression and believing into anything themselves, anger and ignorance, illusion, so misconduct. The degree of loss varies according to social that affects marriage attachment. Summarize, we have eliminate the inner state of being. In the inner state is someone who has gratitude, emotion layer, tolerance, forgiving, the nature layer, and perception in the heart mind layer. A person reaching state maintains a balanced and positive orientation in their electromagnetism vibration state of the inner being, activating the karma system in the subconscious to a positive outcome. Perception activates knowledge karma, tolerance, forgiveness activate connection karma, appreciation and gratitude activates resolve karma.
Ok. Rồi, cảm ơn cả nhà đã vô trong buổi tối ngày hôm nay. Round 2 là cô Phương Thùy điểm danh luôn đi nha.
Ủa đây là round 2 hay round 1 chị?
Round 2.
Round 2. Cái này là 25 32 phút nha.
32 phút. 33 phút.
Dạ, em vô lúc được 22 phút ấy chị Thùy.
Hương vô lúc 22 là có nghĩa là Hương được 10 phút đúng không?
10 phút. Dạ.
Chị vô 18 là chị được 14. Rồi. Rồi còn ai vô sau đó nữa
vô
không?
lúc 13 phút á cô Thùy.
Em vào xong nhưng em không có đọc.
Trên được 6 phút. Rồi cô Hằng
em được
13
15
phút hả?
phút. Em được 15 phút nha chị Thùy.
Nào anh Đào thay đổi background đi Đào cho nó năng lượng.
Chị gửi lại cho em xin cái background này đấy. Vâng, em được 15 phút.
Cô Hằng vô lúc 13 phút hả cô Hằng?
13 phút cô.
Hôm nay chị thực sinh là về đích nhá.
Em Sương vô lúc mọi người đọc được 8 phút rồi ạ.
Trinh còn nhiều mà.
22 phút.
Đâu chị sinh năm 19 mà bao nhiêu mà gần 20 rồi mà. Dạ đúng rồi, Trinh phải còn hơn 2 tiếng nữa mới được. Thế là
nãy Sương vô sao? Sương vô đủ đúng không?
Ok, anh Đào đợi chị tìm nhá background.
Còn lại là Oan này, cô Thảo Linh này, Mỹ Duyên này, là với cả thầy Cường nè, là vô đủ này.
Hồi nãy bao nhiêu phút ta? Dạ em vô lúc mọi người đọc được 8 phút rồi chị Oanh.
Là còn vậy thì là 22 phút, còn lại là Oanh này, cô Linh này, cô Duyên này, thầy Cường này. Cô Anh Đào vô lúc nào nhỉ? Cô Anh Đào có đọc luôn từ đầu không?
Không, con được 15 phút thôi cô Anh ơi.
15 phút vậy là xong rồi đó. Tức là đó có 4 người là đọc từ đầu, còn lại là mọi người đó. Cô Thùy điểm danh luôn nha.
Chị gửi Zalo cho anh Đào đó.